Welcome back to Easy Chemistry by Venla. Session is the continuation of the NTPC Model Paper Part 3. So let's begin. Next, 61st question. When a mixture of calcium acetate and calcium formate is dry distilled, the product is, what is the product? Calcium formate and calcium acetate. In the presence of thermal, it forms aldehyde. This is ethanol. So correct option is first one. This question is already explained in the question number 30. In that question, which is not, but here what is the mixture? Next question. In the electrolysis of acetate water, it is desired to obtain 1.12 cc of hydrogen per second under STP condition. The current to be passed is, here you have to find out the current. What is the given? Volume of H2, that is 1.12. At STP, 1 mole of gas, how much? Faraday constant. What is Faraday constant? F is equal to 96,500 mole inverse. First, step 1. Calculate mole of H2 produced per second, that is equal to 1.12 by 22,400. How much? 5 into 10 power minus 5 moles per second. Next, use of electrolysis reaction. At cathode, 2H plus 2 electrons. It forms H2. So, 1 mole of H2 required 2 moles of electrons. So, moles of electrons per second, that is equal to 2 into 5 into 10 power minus 5. Total 1 into 10 power minus 4. Next, final step, calculate the current. Current I is equal to moles of electron per second into Faraday constant. So 1 into 10 power minus 4 into 96,500. 9.65 amperes. So in this, correct option is, second option is the correct one. Next question. Excess of Na plus ions in our system causes high BP. Na plus maintain fluid electrolyte balance. In body, causes the body to retain more water. So increases blood volume. So increases blood pressure. So correct option is, first one is the correct one. Next question. The correct order of increasing chemical reactivity of the following metals is, what is the increasing order? That is iron, zinc, magnesium and potassium. So correct option is, fourth one is the correct one. Next question. How much of NaOH is required to neutralize 1500 centimeter cube of 0.1 N HCl? You have to find out the mass. Simple formula is mass is equal to volume into molar mass. How many moles? 0.1. Volume 1.5. Here volume 1500 centimeter cube. Then V is equal to 1.5 liters into what is molar mass? NaOH. Sodium 23 plus oxygen 16 plus hydrogen 1, total 40. Finally 0.15 into 40. How much? 6 grams. So correct option is second one is the correct one. Next question. Vapor pressure of pure A is 70 mm of Hg at 25 degrees centigrade. It forms an ideal solution with B, in which mole fraction of A is 0.8. If the vapor pressure of the solution is 84 mm of Hg at 25 degrees centigrade, the vapor pressure of pure B at 25 degrees centigrade is. So here formula is P total is equal to mole fraction of A, mole fraction of B. This is the formula. This question is from solutions. This is Raoult's law. Here vapor pressure of A, that is 70 mm of Hg. Next, mole fraction of A is equal to 0.8. Total vapor pressure, how much? 84 mm of Hg. Next, mole fraction of B is equal to how much? 1 minus 0.8, that is 0.2. Then you have to find out the vapor pressure of B. So you can substitute in this formula. P total how much? 84, that is equal to mole fraction of A 0.8 into vapor pressure of A, that is 70, plus mole fraction of B 0.2. Next, vapor pressure of B you have to find out. So 84 is equal to 56 plus 0.2 B. Next, 28, that is equal to 0.2. Vapor pressure of B is equal to 28 by 0.2. How much? 140 mm of Hg. So in this, what is the correct option? Fourth one is the correct one. The next question is, what is the weight of one atom of hydrogen in grams? Mass of one atom, that is equal to atomic mass by 6.022 into 10 power 23. Atomic mass of hydrogen, that is equal to 1 gram per mole. Avogadro number of, that is equal to 6.022 into 10 power 23. So you can substitute here. Mass of one atom, that is equal to 1 by 6.022 into 10 power 23. How much? 1.66 into 10 power minus 24 grams. Second option is the correct one. Next question. What is the half-bow principle? What is the half-bow principle? Electron fill orbitals from lowest to higher energy. Electron fill orbital from lowest to highest. So what is the correct option? Second one is the correct one. And also, what is Pauli exclusion principle? Maximum 2 electrons in one orbital with opposite spin. Finally, Hund's rule. Electron occupy degenerate orbital. This is Pauli, this is Hund's rule. Our question is half bowl. So, second option is the correct one. Next question. The oxidation number and electronic configuration of sulfur H2SO4 is H2SO4. What you have to find? Oxidation number and electronic configuration. First one is oxidation number. H2SO4 hydrogen plus 1, oxygen minus 2. So 2 plus 1, S is taken as X plus 4 into minus 2, that is equal to 0. 2 plus X minus 8 is equal to 0. X is equal to plus 6. This is the oxidation number. Next, electronic configuration. Sulfur, what is the atomic number? 16. So 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p4. S is equal to plus 6. Sulfur is equal to 6. So 6 electrons removed. Finally, what is the electronic configuration? 1s2, 2s2, 2p6. So in this, correct option is fourth one is the correct one. Next question. An oxide of nitrogen has molecular weight 30. What is the number of electrons in one molecule of the compound? What is the molecular weight? Oxygen, nitrogen, that is 30. Nitrogen 4 plus oxygen 16. So oxide is NO. Number of electrons in one neutral atom NO molecule is, so N is equal to 7, oxygen is equal to 8. Total how much? 15. Simply half of it. Correct option is second one is the correct one. Next question. 1 decimeter cube of 2m ethanoic acid is mixed with 1 decimeter cube of 3m ethanol to form an ester. So this is the reaction. The decrease in the initial rate if each solution is diluted with an equal volume of water would be. What is the given? 1 decimeter cube. How much? 2m ethanoic acid. Same here also. How much? 3. Here this is the equation. CH3COOH, C2H5. It forms CH3COO, C2H5 plus water. This is the given equation. Next. First, for esterification, rate is directly proportional. Carboxylic acid, C2H5OH. When equal volume of water is added, total volume is double. So, both concentration becomes half. Concentration become half. When equal volume of water added, total volume is double. So, concentration become half. CH3COOH. That is half. Here also same. C2H5OH. This is also half. So, R2 by R1, that is equal to 1 by 2 into 1 by 2, total 1 by 4. So, new rate is R2 is equal to R1 by 4. It means rate has decreases 4 times. So, what is the correct option in this? Second one is the correct one. Next question. Gold salt is an electronegative salt. The amount of electrolyte to required coagulate a certain amount of gold salt is minimum in case of. So what is the given? Gold salt. That is negative. Gold salt is negative charge. So particles surrounded by, that is positive. Counter ion. Surrounding positive counter ion. According to Hardy principle, coagulating power of an ion increases. Coagulating power of ion increases with the valency of oppositely charged. In the given options, first NaCl, that is Na plus, valency how much? Plus 1. CaCl2, Ca plus 2, what is the valency? 2. Na2SO4, here also sodium Na plus, valency plus 1. Next AlCl3, that is Al3 plus, what is the valency? Plus 3. So AlCl3 has the greatest coagulating power. So negative sol, highest valency. In this, what is the highest valency? Al3 plus is the highest valency. So third one is the correct one. Next question. A compound of A and B crystallizes in a cubic lattice in which A atoms occupies the lattice points at corners of the cube. B atom occupies center of each face of the cube. The probable empirical formula of the compound is A occupy the corner. So 8 into 1 by 8. This is for cube. That is equal to 1. Next, B. It occupies the center of faces. So how many faces? 6 into 1 by 2. Total 3. A is equal to 1. B is equal to 3. Formula is AB3. Next question. The long form of periodic table consists of, I think everyone know this question. What is the answer? 7 periods and 18 groups. So correct option is second one is the correct one. Next question. Metals generally have, this is also well known question. Metals lose electrons. Next, it get oxidized. Then it will act as a reducing agent. I am giving one example. Zinc plus copper, it forms zinc plus 2 and copper. Here zinc, that is Zn2 plus 2 electrons. It forms zinc, that is oxidized. Then it act as a reducing agent. Next, copper Cu2 plus 2 electrons. Then copper, that is Cu2 plus. It is reduced. So it acts as a oxidizing agent. So the correct option is first one. Next question. Consider the following statements. Maximum covalency of carbon is 4, whereas maximum covalency of silicon is 6. Next, the maximum covalency of an element is limited to 6. Which of the following statements given below are correct? Carbon, it is second period. That means no d orbitals. It has 4. Example, CH4. Next, silicon. This is third period. It has covalency is 6. Example, SiF6 2 minus hexafluorosilicate. So, statement 1 is the correct. Next, statement 2. Some exhibit covalency greater than 6, not limited 6. Example, IF8. So, second statement is the wrong. In this, what is the correct option? First one is the correct one. Next question. Unpleasant smell of carbylamines is obtained when chloroform and alcoholic KOH are heated with chloroform and alcoholic KOH. Heated that with primary amine, that is RNH2. It forms isocyanide and KCl and water. This is isocyanide. So it reaction with primary amines. So correct option is third one is the correct one. Next question. What is the maximum number of electrons in n is equal to 4 shell? What is the formula? 2n square. 2 into n is equal to 4 already given. Total how much? 32 electrons. If they ask K shell, L shell, M, N. N is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. Formula 2n square. Here 2. You can substitute n is equal to 2. What is here? 8. Then 18, 32. You can remember this. So in this question, correct option is the third one. The next question is, it is impossible to determine simultaneously the position and velocity of small particles such as electrons. It is a statement of, which statement this one? That is Heisenberg's uncertainty principle. I already explained Hund's rule, Hofbauer and Pauli. Question number 68. So in this correct option is fourth one is the correct one. Next question. The base present in DNA but not in RNA. Which one? Present in DNA. Absent in RNA. That is thymine. If they ask not DNA but present RNA. What is that? Uracil. In DNA, guanine triple bond with cytosine and adenine double bond with thymine. Remember this one. So in this question, correct option is the fourth one. Next question. Which of the following is the most active chemically? Most active chemically, which one? Fluorine. What is the order? F2, Cl2, Br2, I2. Because this is most electronegative element. So correct option is second one is the correct one. The next question. In the case of small cut bleeding is stopped by applying potash alum. Here alum act as a, how it act as? Potash alum. SO4 twice 12H2O. This is potash alum, potassium aluminium sulfate. It causes contraction of tissues and promote coagulation. Promote coagulation. So it acts as a coagulating agent. So correct option is fourth one is the correct one. Next question. What is the spin quantum number for an electron? This is well known question. That is spin quantum. It is plus half and minus half. Correct option is second one. Next question. The best method for the conversion of an alcohol into an alkyl chloride by treating the alcohol with, that is PCl3. Second one is the correct option. How? ROH reaction with PCl3. It forms H3PO3. PCl3 is an effective reagent for converting alcohol into an alkyl chloride. Second one is the correct one. Next question. To get a n-type doped semiconductors, impurity to be added to silicon should have the following number of valence electrons. N-type. This is negative charge. Carries negative charge. Extra electrons, that is pentavalent. Pentavalent, that is group number 15. So it has 5 valence electrons. So correct option is third one is the correct one. Next question. There are 20 naturally occurring amino acids. The maximum number of peptides that can be obtained is tripeptide. That is 3 amino acid. Repetition is allowed. That means each of the 3 positions can be occupied any of 20 amino acids. Maximum number of different tripeptides are, that is equal to 20 cube. How much? 8000. Example, alanine, glycine, valine and glycine, alanine, valine are the different types of tripeptides because the order of amino acids. So this is the correct one. First option is the correct option. Next question. Which among the following species has the highest ionization potential? That is neon. Order is lithium, boron, fluorine, neon. Ionization potential increases from left to right in periods. So correct option is neon. Third one is the correct one. Next question. Which one of the following is not contained in Portland cement? Which is not contained in Portland cement? First of all, which are contained? That is tricalcium silicate, C3S. Formula Ca3SiO5. Dicalcium silicate, that is C2S. Formula Ca2SiO4. Next, third one, tricalcium aluminate, Ca3Al2O6. Next, these four are the present in Portland cement. The question is not contained. Ca3Al2O6. This one present. Next, Ca3SiO5. This is also present. Next, Ca2SiO4. This is also present. Next, Ca3PO4 twice. Ca3PO4 twice. This is not present. So, fourth one is the correct option. Next question. Arrange the following bases in the increasing order of their basic strength. Sodium hydroxide, magnesium hydroxide, aluminum hydroxide, ammonium hydroxide. What is the order? NH4OH is less than AlOH thrice is less than MgOH twice is less than NaOH. So this is the order. Correct option is third one is the correct one. 4, 3, 2, 1. The next question. Arrange the following in the increasing order of their basic strength. That is here secondary amine, primary amine, tertiary amine and ammonia. What is the order? Ammonia is less than tertiary amine is less than secondary amine is less than primary amine. This is the order. Here plus I effect is there, that is ERG. This is primary, secondary and tertiary. Correct option is second one is the correct one. So that's all about today's video. Remaining question we'll discuss in another session. I already uploaded part 1 and part 2 videos. Please check it once. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, comment and subscribe to Easy Chemistry by Vanilla. Thanks for watching.